sexual harassment.
And Girl Scouts of America can now attain an all-new rank.
But first, students from High Point are headed home all over the country, so let's check in with our meteorologist, Kit Curtis, to check what the weather's like back home. Kit?
Thanks, guys. It's great to be back here giving you guys the weather as always. So first things first, with our pressure map, as you can see in the northwest, you're going to have some low and high pressure systems, which means that your temperatures are going to be bouncing around out there. And then over here in the southwest, there's a low pressure system coming up through the Midwest, so that is going to give you some bouncing temperatures going back and forth. And then over here in the northeast, all you northerners up there going home to New Hampshire and New Jersey and things like that, you guys are going to have a high pressure system over there over you guys. So that's going to be some moderate temperatures. Should be some pretty good weather, pretty steady. For all those staying here in North Carolina, like myself, for fall break, we're going to be experiencing some low pressure system, which means our temperatures will be jumping back and forth, and we'll see that in our weekly forecast. And then down here in Florida, my favorite state, still low pressure system. You guys are going to be getting some rain and hot temperatures as always. And then let's take a look at our national temperatures. So over here in the northwest, like I said, it will be hopping around a little bit. So high of around 48 and a low of 31. So that those will be jumping back and forth. And then over here in the Midwest, it's going to be a high of 58 with a low of 48. So still jumping around a little bit. And then for all those going home to the northeast, it is going to be a high of 59 around there, but then also you're going to be seeing some low 50s as well. So just look out for that. It will be a little cool for you guys. And then here in North Carolina, it will be a high of 82 with a low of 72. So just will be around those temperatures. And then down in Florida, as always, a nice hot 85 degrees. And then for our weekly temperatures. Here, so today we were experiencing a high of 77 and tonight will be a low 62. On Friday, 20% chance of rain, so it will be partly cloudy with a high of 72 and a low of 59, so it will be dropping on Friday. Saturday, it will be back up to 78 with a low of 64. Sunday, it will be jumping up to 82 with a low of 62. And then on Monday, drastic change over here. It's going to be a high of 66 degrees, 70% chance of precipitation, and a low of 46. Tuesday, going up to 68 and a low of 48, and then on Wednesday back into our 70s. So for all those staying here in High Point for this week, it's going to be jumping around a little bit, and that is your weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Kit. Hopefully everyone enjoys some sunny weather back in their hometown, except for Florida.
And happening now, wildfires continue to blaze in Northern California, and 21 people are confirmed dead while hundreds remain missing. Officials now warning that big fires may merge due to hurricane-strength winds, nicknamed the Diablo, with no rain in sight. The California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection have not named a cause of the wildfires.
A U.S. family is returning home after 5 years of captivity under the Taliban in Afghanistan. Caitlin Coleman and her Canadian husband were touring the country when they were captured by the Taliban. Ms. Coleman was pregnant at the time of her kidnapping and gave birth while in captivity. The couple birthed and raised 2 more children while imprisoned.
Locally now, a Thomasville man is being charged with a string of armed robberies in the Triad. 41-year-old Jason DeJuan Williams was apprehended after police responded to robberies at Domino's Pizza and half an hour later at the ABC store on West English Road. Williams was charged with 2 counts of armed robbery and is being held at the Guilford County Jail with a $350,000 bail.
Nursing homes across the country are under fire for one little red pill. The drug, Nudexta, is approved to treat a disorder marked by sudden, uncontrollable laughter or crying. This disorder affects less than 1% of all Americans and is most commonly associated with ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. But since 2012, the number of pills being manufactured has risen to 14 million, a 400% increase, which is starting to beg the question whether or not the pill is being properly prescribed. Many experts remain skeptical of Nudexta, especially since the drug has been correlated with an increase in Alzheimer's.
City traffic is bad enough as it is, but new research from UC Davis suggests that an uptick in ride-hailing services like Uber and Lyft has led to added congestion on the roads, with less people taking the public transit. The study says if riders continue to use hailing services, it could greatly affect areas that are already at or near capacity. In a statement, a Lyft spokesperson said the company is focusing on increasing occupancy in cars and working with transit agencies to provide efficient, affordable transportation options to make car ownership a thing of the past.
In the wake of many female stars coming forward about their alleged sexual assault by Harvey Weinstein, actor Terry Crews has come out about his own experience with sexual assault in a string of tweets. Crews recounts the time a high-end executive groped his privates in a public setting in front of his own wife. Later, once Crews confronted the executive, he apologized. He went on to sympathize with all women involved with Weinstein, saying, "Hollywood is not the only business where this happens, and to the casualties of this behavior, you are not alone."
And now joining us at the desk is sports analyst Kevin McMahon. And Kevin, I believe this week you wanted to tell us what's up with the now ex-Dolphins offensive line coach. So what is happening with this situation?
Well, guys, thanks for having me. It's a very tough story to talk about. Chris Forrester, the coach of the offensive line for the Miami Dolphins, had a video posted of him where he was seen snorting a white substance through a $20 bill, as you can see here. This was before a meeting, and he says in the video, "Can you believe I'm doing this before I'm going to a meeting?" Now, let's talk it we can talk about it in a second. We can kind of have a discussion for a minute, but let's talk about it from a sports angle for a second. The offensive line for the Miami Dolphins has not been good at all. If that's what's happening behind the scenes, you gotta, it's a no-brainer. It's like, if that's what's happening behind the scenes, I wonder why the on-field product is so bad. It's like the on-field product is suffering because of the stuff behind the scene. And I read an article in the Sun Sentinel today, the local Miami paper, and it just talked about how there's been so many miscues inside the Miami Dolphins organization. Laremy Tunsil, of course, with the mask on draft night, and they decided to draft. There's been so many, things that have not been great for the Dolphins, and it continues to happen that way. And the article called for maybe, Forrester definitely needed to go. He is gone, but there probably needs to be more than Forrester. I think there needs to be a large overhaul in Miami. But what do you guys think? If we can talk about it real quick.
Well, I mean, definitely it's wrong what he did. You can't.
It's unacceptable.
That just can't happen.
It's unacceptable.
No.
And the video is almost disturbing to watch, and to know that then he's going into this multi-million-dollar team that he's on, and it's a business, and he's messing up a business.
Yeah, it's not a good look for him or the NFL or the Miami Dolphins, and it's unfortunate for the city of Miami, who, the Dolphins aren't having a great season, everything considered, and then that has to happen. But you know what? Let's cheer it up a little bit. How about those High Point Panthers, huh? Let's talk about a hot streak. The High Point volleyball team has been on fire. Flames, people, flames. They have won their last 5 games in straight 3-0 sweeps. This is an unbelievable run. High Point has won 17 straight sets in a row, which is the longest active streak in the nation and the longest streak in HPU history. They beat PC on Friday in 3, Gardner-Webb on Tuesday in 3, and the Liberty Flames on Tuesday in 3. Molly Livingston led the way against Liberty with 14 kills. Next up for HPU, they will host the UNC Asheville Bulldogs in the Mills Center at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Men's soccer recorded a huge conference win on the road over Radford on 2-1, thanks to 2 goals from Justin Shear and Ebe Kadolo. And then on Wednesday night, High Point would drop a contest against Loyola 1-0. This was the last non-conference game of the year for the Panthers. But now it's Big South Conference play for the rest of the way. High Point will host Winthrop in Vert Stadium Saturday night at 7 o'clock. The women's soccer team continues to be clutch with another thrilling overtime victory over the Gardner-Webb Running Bulldogs last night, 1-0, thanks to a Becca Rolfe goal in the 100th minute. The Panthers look to continue this momentum in Vert Stadium on Saturday as they host Winthrop for Senior Day at 2 o'clock. Come out if you're here, as HPU honors one of the most successful senior classes in High Point's history. All of us at HPU News would like to say congratulations and thank you. That's all the HPU sports I have this week. But like the late, great Billy Mays, I got to say, but wait, there's more. I've been given a little bit more time by the man above to promote my new talk show with the High Point golf team, Between Two Tees. Take a look here. Brady Greger and I chop it up. Probably the best hair on the team, besides Menard. Maybe he's got a great flow on him, but of course, you know, the apple does not fall far from the coaching tree. Great head of hair on you, sir.
Well, I appreciate that. That is something I think, I don't know if it's coincidental or not, that there are two Canadians that are battling it out with the flow game right now in their hair.
Is there a team conditioner? Not, I don't care about strength. I'm talking about head and shoulders.
Thanks, Kevin. Hopefully you and the Panthers will keep this great streak going, and good luck with your new show.
Thanks, guys.
And that's right. And when we come back, Eminem had a great streak of bars against our own president.
And Girl Scouts now have a new rank to achieve. We'll be right back.
I love them mints.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Welcome back to HPU News. I'm David Wintrobe.
And I'm Sydney Chevron.
Emmy-winning rapper Eminem recently freestyling at President Trump, drawing an almost literal line in the sand for his fans to choose, him or the president. Any fans of the rappers that are also fans of the president should, quote, F off. Naturally, the public took to social media, where one Ellen producer tweeted, quote, not sure how rap battles work, but I believe Eminem is now the president, unquote.
And right off of that, here now with more news from the music and entertainment world is our very own Allie Ortolani. Allie?
Hi everyone, I'm Allie Ortolani this week for Libby This Time. This week in the box office, all the standings have changed. For the first time in more than a month, it has not held the top position. However, it did finally cross over the 300 million gross mark with around 308 million. Currently now in first place, we have Blade Runner 2049, a modern remake of the 80s classic. In second, we have The Mountain Between Us starring Kate Winslet. This movie follows two strangers who are trapped in the snow-covered wilderness after surviving a plane crash. With no help on the way, the two must brave through the perilous conditions and find their way on their way out. Finally, at number 3, we have American Made with action star Tom Cruise. And last night, the world watched as Riverdale Season 2 premiered on the CW. Teen drama captured everyone's attention at the first with a series of scandals and murders showing off how deep family ties go. Interestingly enough, the show is viewed international via Netflix, so each episode can appear on Netflix every Thursday if you prefer to watch it there. And lastly, in the music world, as we recover from the death of Tom Petty, we have Sam Smith, who released yet another heart-wrenching single from his new album, The Thrill of It. Sam released Pray with producers Timbaland last Friday. His entire album is due November 3rd. Pop artist Love has been dropping singles all of 2017 with rumors of a new album. We're surprised with another single last week. Easy Love has a similar album cover as the hit I Like Me Better with a simple white bass Colbert Blue with Object. Hopefully, a full-length album will soon be in the works. And lastly, don't forget about Pink is dropping her new album Beautiful Trauma tonight at midnight. Her first single LP since 2012. That's all for me. Hope everyone has a great fall break, and Livy will be back when we return. Sydney, Dave?
Thank you, Allie. And Dave, weren't you trying to see the new Blade Runner movie?
Yes, I was, but some of my friends suck.
Well, I'm sorry. Now, Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts can now be one in the same.
That's right. Boy Scouts of America announced on Wednesday that young girls will be able to become Cub Scouts and rise in ranks to Eagle Scout status.
The Scouting Board of Directors voted unanimously on this landmark decision. Girl troops will be eligible to join next year.
And finally tonight, a story so violent and so heart-wrenching, I'm going to have to let my colleague Sydney start it off because it's just too much for me.
Yes, there are 3 bears who broke into a pizza place in Estes Park, Colorado this week. The bold and incredibly daring heist done under the cover of darkness was caught red-handed by a hidden security camera.
After the intruders managed to skillfully and quietly completely demolish the drive-through window, which was made of brick, they gained entrance to the building and began to eat more than 40 pounds of dough. That's pizza dough, not money, in case you were confused.
Exactly, but now you have to ask yourself if the old saying, a bull in a china shop will be replaced with bears in a pizza parlor, because the animals caused about $1,000 worth of damage. And the bandits made it away clean to their secret hideout in the woods.
Honestly, I'm a bit shook after that story, Sydney. I may have trouble sleeping tonight.
Me too, Dave. I think we all will here at HPU News. And from all of us here, we hope you have a good and safe night, High Point. I'm Sydney Chevron.
And I'm David Wintrode. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and until then, watch out for those bears.